Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is probably going to be one of the more chill videos I've done on here. I am just going to sit down and talk about some makeup products that I've been loving. I've seen so many other beauty gurus, beauty channels talk about their monthly favorites, things that they just got that month that they've been loving just out the wazoo. But honestly, I don't get enough product in on a regular basis to be able to make that kind of video. But I still have a lot of people asking me what have I been loving lately, what have I been, what's been my go-to here lately. So I kind of thought I would just sit down and I pulled a handful of products together, things that they're not necessarily brand new to me, they're things that I have had for a while or things that are old releases and I just now discovered them. Just some stuff that I've just been enjoying. This is more of a current favorites. And it's going to be very relaxed style. I mean, my hair is air drying. I just got here a little while ago and I put on very, very minimal makeup, just very, very simple, and just kind of went through my collection of hair care, skincare, makeup, things that I've been enjoying, and I just thought I would kind of give you my thoughts on them, just, in case you haven't heard about them, you might want to check them out. So if you want to hear everything that I have to say about these makeup products, then keep on watching, of course. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, become part of the Wolf Pack today, and let's get into it. Okay, and my hair is actually starting to dry pretty well. I was actually afraid. This is the first time that I washed my hair since I dyed it. I was honestly afraid of how much dye would come out in the first wash. Like, I was afraid that I would go in pink and come out pastel. That's what I was honestly scared about. But thankfully, there's still some full impact. There's like a little section that's a little bit lighter, but I don't know if that's because of the shampoo or just they didn't get it, quite coated enough. But yeah, so my hair is just the way it is right now. I'm going to let it dry and then a little bit later fix it the way I actually want it. But I just wanted to go ahead and get these products out to you guys. So while we're talking about hair care, let's go ahead and talk about one of my favorite hair products. This is from R&Co. This is a brand that I discovered through FabFitFun. I've gotten them through Ipsy. I actually have another product that I redeemed some points for to get like their moisture balm for your hair. Anyways, this is the Skyline, the dry shampoo powder. Now, if you saw my favorites, I think of 2017 or 2018, I did a video going over everything that I liked, and I talked about the Batiste dry shampoo, the one that's in an aerosol can, and that one I absolutely love. It does such a good job, but I've actually come to a point where I've realized because they're in an aerosol can, you go through them so flippin' fast. I go through those things so quickly, and it's not that they're super expensive, but honestly, it gets up in the air, it kind of goes everywhere, and it irritates Devin. I can't really spray it around the gliders because I'm afraid it'll actually kill him because, the chemicals going up in the air. And so I've been looking for things that are non-aerosol, and that's how I discovered this. It has a little pump down inside of it. I don't know if you can even see it, but it does such a good job. And honestly, I've had this for quite a while, and I still have so much of it left. This has been a lifesaver. It doesn't irritate anyone in the house, and it's really so easy to use. So basically, you're just going to give it a slight shake. Just go ahead and loosen up the powder that's already in there, and then you're going to give it a couple of pumps just to get the product out. And it distributes it very, very evenly. And this isn't something, you want to make sure whenever you're using it that you're not putting it on your scalp directly, because it's going to leave a weird feeling. You want to make sure you get it on the roots, like this part of your hair. Make sure you get it on that, and then you can distribute it throughout. It doesn't really leave any, I haven't noticed any issues of leaving a residue behind, but I know some of them can. And depending if your hair is super, super dark, you might see that cast on it. But so far, I have been really enjoying this. Moving on into some skincare products. This is the watermelon spray from Glow Recipe, and I have to shake it up because the product keeps separating. This is it's an ultra fine mist. I'm honestly in love with this. Every time you smell watermelon, you think of summertime, and I've gone through so much of this, and I mean, it's lasted me a long time considering how much I've been going into it. This is one of my favorites. It's an amazing scent, and the mist on here, sorry if it looks like I have something weird right here in my mouth. I have a cough drop in. So cough drops is apparently something that I've really been enjoying lately too. But the mister on here is so fun. It feels like nothing, and I absolutely love that scent. This does, I don't know if I've really noticed this causing like the longevity of my makeup, but it kind of refreshes it pretty well. And the scent, I just can't get over the scent. Whenever I was working, people would come by and they're just like hit me, and I'll just blast them with a little bit of this. I honestly love it so much. It's kind of expensive, to be honest, for a spray, but I will probably buy it still just because I enjoy it that much. If any of you know of a cheaper dupe, can you let me know? It's something I might have to look into for sure to save some money on it, because apparently watermelon is just a scent that I thoroughly enjoy. This next product, this was actually gifted to me from First Aid Beauty. I cannot believe that they sent this to me, and they even sent me a little card. We hope you love our new limited edition birthday packaging, XO FAB. And this is created because it's been 10 years. The company's been around for 10 years. So this is their birthday edition. And I love the detail that they put on this. All the little drawings and stuff. It just looks so cute. And plus, this product is good. I mean, I wouldn't be talking about it in this video if I didn't like it. Honestly, I love this so much. And if you want to check it out, I will have it linked down below. But basically, if you're a fan of coconut scents, coconut flavored things, you know, coconut in general, I think you're going to like this. If not, then stay away from it. Just steer clear. This is a priming moisturizer. A multitasking product is, you know, thumbs up in my book. I have another one that's a multitasking. That's the type of person I am, especially if I'm trying to carry products from point A to point B. Point A being my house, point B being here. I look for things that I can use for multiple purposes. If I'm not going to be coming into the office, I still will have everything in my purse that I need to make a full face, or to at least make myself look more put together. And this is definitely one of those that I can go straight from my skincare into this and getting ready for my makeup. It just does such a good job. The scent is amazing. And honestly, it leaves a little bit of a healthy sheen to your skin when you apply it, but not to the point where it's irritating or it's just, you know, you don't want to glow like a disco ball if you're not going to be wearing any makeup that day. I can wear this by itself and it just leaves a healthy glow to your skin. It doesn't distract from anything. It doesn't look like too much. This I actually like a whole lot. It has help with my makeup. It leaves sort of a tacky base to your makeup beforehand. So whenever if you're going to cut time with, say, a powder foundation, it does beautifully. Like, that's what I did today. I used that to balance everything out and smooth it, and then I put my powder foundation on. Like I said, I went very light with my makeup today. It's very simple, very easy, and this is just the type of product that I like for that. Continuing talking about skincare and priming, you may recognize this, especially if you are a Boxycharm subscriber. We got this fairly recently. This is from Wonder Beauty. It is the Glow Ahead Face Oil, and it's the illuminating version. And just like with the other product, I love that it gives you that healthy look. I can wear this by itself, again, no issues. But if you do want to layer it with other products, say this, it does well also. I like to layer serums and primers, things like that. I've been getting more into that the further I go along in my YouTube career. But this is one of these I can layer under my makeup. It does beautifully. I can put a primer on top of this because I treat this more of like a serum almost, because it's a face oil. It just spreads so evenly, you know, makes everything smooth, and actually smells pretty good. Wonder Beauty is one of those brands that I kind of feel like they're underrated. They have a lot of products that I've really enjoyed. Their blushes and highlighters, a face mist, mascara, foundation sticks. Their foundation stick I actually like a whole lot, and I should have probably mentioned that in this video or had it out. That one I've been enjoying a lot. But I've been trying a bunch of different foundations, so there's not really been one that I have been preferring over all the others. And I'm getting ready to get a pencil from them, eyebrow pencil, to try out, so we'll see how that does. But Wonder Beauty, I think they're good. I just don't understand why more people don't talk about them, so I figured I would show them a little bit of love in this video. I got a couple of brow products that I've really been enjoying. Both of these are from Nastasia Beverly Hills. One is the Brow Wiz. I normally get the Precisely My Brow because I like that super micro fine pencil tip. It just makes it easier trying to fill in my brows, especially since this one is all wonky and it's actually like this part of like my eye here is actually lower than the other side, and so I have to draw a lot on this one to even get them remotely looking like cousins somewhere, you know, looking similar. But this actually does pretty good. I think I may actually prefer this over the Precisely My Brow, and I never thought I would say that because I love that product. It's rare that I actually go through a brow product completely and use it up entirely, but that one I did. And this was my backup. I got this in a lash stash from Sephora, and or maybe it was a favorites kit. You know, the kits like the best of that they have throughout the year. I got this in there and I never messed with it. It's just been sitting there in the back of my drawer, hanging out, waiting to get used. And I ran out of the Precisely and I broke this out, and I've been using it non-stop ever since. It seems like it's a creamier consistency. You don't have to press as hard to make it work. And also, the spoolie on this one is a bit softer than the other brush, which I know it doesn't really change the way it performs, but it feels better when you're actually using it, and I appreciate it. And this one in the shade, if you're curious, is medium brown. I do like this one a lot, and it pairs very well with this product. This is their Clear Brow Gel. I normally only use like Wet n Wild, and it's like 99 cents when you go to a dollar store or something like that. And I didn't really think there was much of a difference, but I got this in a Allure bag, and I love it. The only thing I don't like about this is that it smells like paint thinner. Like, it smells strong, so if you're really sensitive to scents, you may not like it, but it does such a good job. I know that whenever I wear it, I put it on, my brows aren't going anywhere. Again, on this side, because I like to make sure these hairs, I put so much effort into this side of my face to try to make it match this side somewhat. This, I can put it on there. I know it's not going to go anywhere. It's definitely going to stay in place. They do feel a little crunchy. Like, you can tell obviously there's something there, but I don't mind it, given that I don't have to worry about them moving. I can go outside in the rain, whatever, sweat outside, don't have any issues with it. This lasts through everything. It does such a good job. I will probably buy the full size of this very soon. We are just all about eyes in this section. We're continuing it again. I have a mascara from Benefit. This is the Bad Gal Bang Mascara. Now, I actually got this in an Ipsy bag, the end of summer, like a bundle deal. You got over $400 worth of product for 60 bucks. And this was in there, and because, I don't know why, I just never took this mascara seriously. I honestly didn't care much for it, and I wasn't going to use it. But I thought, you know, I started reading the reviews and people were like, this is really good, I love it. And so I had to give it a chance. I had to look at it and see what was going on. First off, the packaging is so unique, and I won't say what I said originally this looked like. You'll just have to check that video out. But the wand is actually very nice. It's kind of short, and some people don't like that. I love it because personally it helps you get to the lash line as close as you possibly can without running risk of getting mascara all over here or, you know, wherever. It does such a good job for that. And also, it is so bendy. You might be able to see it better here, but it is so bendy, that wand. I don't know why, it just does such a good job. The formula itself is good. It's very full impact. Like, I have it on right now and it's just one layer, like very quickly, push, and go. Very easy. Worked super well. And all mascaras flake on me. They just do. My eyes constantly water, and I'm always touching my eyes. I think if I didn't touch them, it probably wouldn't be as bad, but that's just what I do. I can't help it. This one has actually held up pretty well against my touching. I know I'm bad at it. I shouldn't do that, but I do. It's solid. I'm actually very happy with it. It still will flake throughout the day, but it's a lot longer before this starts flaking compared to my other mascaras. So right now in my collection, this is actually the front runner, and most of the time when I'm wearing mascara, this is what I'm wearing. I made jokes about when I first got it, but now if it could laugh, it would be the last one laughing. Just saying. I really like it. Alright. This one, I'm just gonna say it. This is the Dose of Colors and the Katie and Desi Friendcation palette. And like, look at that packaging. Seriously, so pretty. I've shown this a few times on my channel. I've used it a bunch of times. It's one of these palettes, and let me actually show you what the palette looks like. There's not really a good way to show it because the packaging, when the light hits it, it messes with the balance on my camera, the white balance. But this palette, so many people have been enjoying it, so many people recommend it, and it's mostly because like the shimmers and these three colors right here. That pop of blue is insanely beautiful. The green gold in here is really, really pretty. But my thing is, I cannot normally say that there's been one palette that I go to, because, especially a favorite for the month, because I have so many palettes. I never know from one day to the next which one I'm going to be using, and so I kind of go all over the place trying a bunch of different things. But lately I've been kind of leaning more towards single shadows, and whenever I do that, I need something to start off with. What I have been loving mostly from this palette are these three shades, three mattes. Actually, this matte too is really, really pretty. But basically, my two favorite shades is this first one and third one here. These are the perfect nudes. Seriously, perfect. Like, I want to buy these in singles. They're so perfect. They're not too warm, not too cool. They blend easily. Like, I used them today. They complement every skin tone. I've used this palette on my friends, and there's something about those two colors. I don't know, they look boring in the palette. They look like these are the most boring things in this palette because you have so many other choices that are just stunning, but I just love those colors. If I'm looking for something simple like I did today, I just wanted something to give a little bit of definition to the crease, you know, just to make it towards not a solid blank canvas. That's my go-to. If I'm trying to go out and about on my day and do things I don't want to think about or put too much effort into my makeup, if I just want something simple and out the door, this is it. This is the palette I reach for. It never has let me down, and I've had this for a while, and I still, like, it stays top drawer because I love it so much. They did so good on this. So good. My hair is slowly starting to dry. It's getting there. It's just taking a while. This side's starting to do something a little bit funny, but that's okay. I forgot to mention this whenever I was talking about skincare. This is the most expensive thing I have to show you guys, and I don't want to leave it out because it's one of my favorites. This is from Dr. Dennis Gross. This is the Clinical Grade Resurfacing Liquid Peel. This retails for $100, and I know I'm not even going to try to pretend that that's reasonable. That is a very, very high price. That's hard to swallow. I'll just be honest with you guys. But it comes with a two-step peel system, and you have organic cotton pads in here. You know, take them or leave them. But the magic ingredient in this product is the peel. These two things right here. This is step one. It is the resurfacing liquid peel. It has lactic acid, glycolic acid, and bromelain. I don't know what bromelain is, but I know that these working together do so well. I have always had issues with skin care. You know, my skin, I've had texture, I have rosacea, I have enlarged pores. I have all of the above when it comes to skincare concerns. So I've been trying to get into different skincare to improve everything that I have and just kind of keep it, you know, I wish I had done this much sooner, but it's better to do it late rather than never. So I've been working on it, getting better on this. To use this, you're going to use the cotton pads, do 2 3-second turns onto the product, and then you're going to massage it into your skin until the cotton pad is dry, and then you're going to leave it on for 2 minutes. You're going to feel a slight burning or tingling to this because that's the ingredients actually doing their job. So if you're feeling that, as long as the irritation isn't too much to handle, then you're fine. But after your 2 minutes, you go on with step 2, use a different cotton pad and do the same thing, 1, 2, and then you're going to put it all over your face. This is going to neutralize all the acid that was on your face and bring everything back to even. And guys, me and my friend, we're probably going to do a dedicated review just on this because we took before photos. She and I are sharing this system. We took our before photos, and both of us saw immediate results after the first use. It did so good. And it's just continuing to get better and better and better the more we use it. Now, I do take the Home Nutrition vitamins. I have the gummies, the vitamin C, you know, the ones for glowing skin. And that's been helping with hydration, but it wasn't really doing much for texture, which is why I got this, because I wanted that extra boost to get my skin, you know. I'm never going to have perfect skin. I just don't think I'm going to, but I can have better skin than what I have now. I can do what I can to improve what I have. And that's kind of why I've been getting into skincare, and she's super, super into skincare, so she's been helping me out. So we're getting there slowly but surely, and it's been a lot of fun doing it. And $100 when this goes out, we'll be buying it again. Yes, no doubt about it. I will definitely be buying it again because I'm enjoying the results I'm seeing. I'm enjoying when I can wear a highlighter and those great big bumps I had here are not there. It's been making me feel so much more confident about myself. I can't really speak to wrinkles if it's helping with that, but as far as overall texture, yes. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, so the last product that I want to talk to you guys about, this is something that honestly I use this 24/7. Sometimes I don't link it in the video, sometimes I don't mention it, because I've always felt bad that I couldn't talk about something that you couldn't find. Unfortunately, you still can't find this one. This is from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Edit Palette number 4. But it is just, this is $80. Again, this is an expensive product, but it is Hourglass, so you have to keep that in mind. This palette has been I use this so much, it's ridiculous. These products, the way that they're made, everything is made to make you look like you kindle it from within. Like a wash of a sheen. Like, it's so pretty. It's insane how pretty this is. These two powders have gone into pretty hard, and they're starting to look kind of rough where I've dug into them. But the others, they still look just brand new, because for some reason, the way that they work, whenever you, like whenever you swatch these, like, you see that dirty spot there? And then you go over it with a brush, it's like it never happened. It's a miracle product, and it just seems to keep going and going. And everything in here has a sheen to it. If you like an extremely matte blush, if you like an extremely matte bronzer, then you're not gonna like it, because everything has a sheen to it. It's not glittery in the least bit, except for the highlighter. There's just a slight bit of glitter, but I love it. It looks beautiful on the skin, in my opinion. And these two are just like finishing powders. If you like the finishing powder that was in the Cover FX palette that we got in Boxycharm, try these. Less of the glitter, like that one in Cover FX has actual glitter in it. This doesn't. This just kind of makes you look airbrushed. I absolutely love the way, and I just realized I went like that. I absolutely love the way this palette makes me look. I didn't want to talk about this or even mention it in this video either, but I feel comfortable saying it now, is because this is a holiday item. They come out with these every year for a limited time. I bought this last year. It sold out before Christmas, and but thankfully they are bringing this back. Not this exact one, but an updated version of it, and I think it's the Ghost Edit or something like that. I think it's Ghost. I'm gonna do a video talking about upcoming releases really soon, but this will be coming back in the new version. And they're actually releasing one that has 4 blushes, and I'm thinking about buying that one, even though I don't really need all the other powders. I love their blushes. They're so pretty. Yeah, so, okay, guys, I hope that wasn't too much to digest. I just wanted to kind of keep it simple to things that I absolutely, absolutely love. And to kind of, you know, if you're looking for something new and you haven't heard about any of these, maybe you want to check them out. Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And again, thank you to Fab for sending this to me, First Aid Beauty. And again, it will be linked down below in the description if you want to check it out. Alright guys, I love you so much. I hope you're having a great day or evening. And I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Alright, me and my pink hair, we'll see you later.